Hello guys, New Apple Times here, welcome to a new video. So Apple's event just finished, the Unleashed event where they revealed new MacBook Pros. However, in some ways, they're not quite what I expected. There's some parts of it that I don't really like. Not like that yellow and blue HomePod minis. Oh my god. But anyway, in this video, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinions about the new MacBook Pros, including what I like and what I don't like, and what I saw from the keynote that they didn't say. Okay, so the first thing, of course, we need to talk about is the new design. I don't like it a bit. Like, it reminds me of the 2009, I believe, 2011 MacBook Pros. Yeah, it's just big and ugly. However, when you see the measurements, it's not actually that thick. It's slightly thicker than the current 16-inch, and actually it's thinner than the current 13-inch for the 14-inch model, of course. However, I still think that the best looking MacBook Pro is the 16-inch MacBook Pro, which is the one I have. Well, the current one, of course, the 2019 MacBook Pro. And yeah, I'm happy because I didn't feel the need to buy the new one, so my wallet is happy in that regard. Anyways, besides the thickness, we of course have the notch. And yeah, the notch, I have mixed feelings. On the one side, I don't really care. It actually doesn't look that bad in some ways. And yeah, I like, so in many of the photos they showed in the keynote, the notch was hidden, which kind of makes it look like Apple isn't really proud of the notch. However, I like how it can be just done with the, blends with the menu bar. So when you're looking at a video or a photo, it's just not there. And then where it needs to be, it's just like blending with the menu bar. However, the menu bar is just a few more pixels thicker than the notch. Like, why on earth, Apple? Like, please. I thought you were the company that was focused on the most pristine and beautiful and great looking design. Come on, just make it like 2 pixels thinner. It's still even thicker than the one in regular Macs. Apple, please. But yeah, other than that, as I said, I don't really care about it. It's okay for me. About the exterior, we also have more ports. Yeah, finally. I kind of got used to only having USB-C, but it's of course gonna be way easier to have SD card reader, HDMI, yeah, just way easier. Especially for me, the SD card reader. However, we do lose one Thunderbolt 3 port. Some people might use it, so yeah, good for them. But yeah, and now we can connect up to 3 monitors on the M1 Max that I will talk about in a minute, and 2 in the M1 Pro, that being the 6K Pro display XDRs. And in the M1 Max you can also connect an external 4K TV. And not only that, but we get MagSafe. MagSafe on the Mac is back, and that's pretty cool. However, I think it's gonna lead to some confusion of the customers by also calling it MagSafe. I thought MagSafe was the iPhone thing. And it's not only that the charger is called MagSafe and the iPhone charger is called MagSafe. They're supposedly, in theory, they're 2 complete different things. Not only physically, but they also mean different things. Because on the Mac, MagSafe is just the charger, and on the iPhone, of course, we know we have this ecosystem of accessories you can attach by magnets, everything. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really confusing for customers. Also about the design, touch bar is gone. I'm sad, I actually like the touch bar. I think it gives it a cool, unique look, and Apple just made such a big deal when they announced it, it's the next revolution of the Mac. Well, the next revolution of the Mac, it's on its way out. Now let's get into what Apple actually spent most of their time on, the chips and their performance. I'm not gonna go full into details of all the specs of the chips and everything, just gonna say they're huge, they're amazing. Yeah, just that. M1 Pro, great already, just way better than the M1. M1 Max, just a beast for, of course, the users that need the most out of their Macs. And something I think it's interesting is the naming. So they didn't name it M2 or M2 Pro or an M2 Max or M2 and M3. they named it M1. And that's of course because they still wanna sell their lineup of M1 chips and just really make a difference between their users, like their consumer users, and their pro users. So yeah, someone that only sends emails, seldom writes a Word document or even does a PowerPoint presentation, maybe at some point play a game or two, and something doesn't need the beefiest chip ever, and Apple knows it, and Apple wants people to know it. And if they were to call this one M2, people would be like, oh, but this is the older chip. Now, someone that's not you and me and know that they've been released in different stages just walks into an Apple store and they say, oh, what chip do you want? M1, M1 Pro, or M1 Max? And then the battery life, it's insane. That's one thing I really don't like about my Mac. I had a 2012 Mac that I bought in 2013 and never changed the battery. And when I bought the 16-inch MacBook Pro last year, it had a worse battery life. Like, what? And now these ones have huge battery life with up to 19 hours or 20 hours in the 14-inch and 21 hours of video playback time in this new 16-inch MacBook Pro. And yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on the Mac. So again, not gonna go through all the specs because you probably can see them, or you can see them if you go to Apple's website, and you'll see a quadrillion videos about them. I just wanted to say like some things that I noticed while watching the keynote that weren't immediately apparent, but yeah. And that just makes me think, what's gonna be about the Mac Pro? Because Apple said they're on a 2-year transition of making the M1, like all Macs, Apple Silicon. And I think at this point the only one left is the big 27-inch iMac and the Mac Pro. So what's Apple reserving for those? Because yes, Apple is still selling the 27-inch iMac with Intel chips. But yeah, what do you think we'll see? M1 Super Max, or M2 or M3, or M2 Pro and M2 Super Max for the Mac Pro? We'll just have to wait and see. But you can feel free and leave your predictions down below in the comments. But yeah, that's really everything I wanted to talk to you about today. What do you think about the Macs? Do you also think they're really damn ugly? Or do you actually like them? Are you getting one? Did you already get one? Because we can pre-order now. Just let me know down below in the comments. And also, thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and please let me know why you didn't like it in the comments below. Also, if you like the video and if you like Apple in general, you can consider subscribing, because I have weekly videos coming for everything related to Apple. So yeah, if you subscribe, that would make me very happy. Other than that, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.